opportunity for that. Two, it's a good way for us to prepare for state, because we have state coming up in 2 weeks, and some of these kids haven't been to a tournament in a month, so this kind of makes them get their pieces and start working on them again, so that's a good thing. And third, I have a third thing, and what was the third thing? Oh, the third thing is these kids are good. And I want you to see them. They're very proud of what they've done this year, and they deserve to be showcased for one night. The program, if you get inside the program, they will go as listed. I'm not going to stop and introduce them. They will not give their name. Their names are in the program. They will do the introductions that they've done all year for their selection. So if you don't know who someone is, just follow the program and they will go in order. Don't let, intermission might be kind of a misnomer. It's really just a 5-minute break. So don't start salivating for cookies or anything. We don't have anything. We're not doing that. It's just a 5-minute break and give you a chance to get up and stretch your legs. So we will do that after some of the seniors. We also have something unique tonight that I've only done, I think, one other time, and that's an improvised duet. Every once in a while I get a couple that just has the chemistry that it takes, and this year we had that. That was Jake and Ken. They have amazing chemistry, and they have done really well. They got first and second at every meet except one. And I'm going to say that they didn't get first and second at that meet because it was the week before the play, and they both had major roles in the play, and it was a pretty stressful week. So I'm going to blame that on play fatigue. But they've had a really good run. So they're going to sort of do an improvised duet. It's not really improvised because they did it at the end of January. But they're going to try to revive the duet, the IDA that they did at Sabetha that got in first place. So we'll see how that goes. And that's going to, we're going to show you a close tonight. So just kind of want to explain that. But what they have to do for that is they drew 3 topics, they drew 3 characters, 3 settings, and they had 30 minutes to come up with a skit. And from what I've seen, it looked quite enjoyable. So we'll let them take it away. All right, we'll start with Isaac tonight.
Yeah, those are very comfortable. They really aren't. They aren't very. I'll put this one over there. That one's more comfortable.
Sometimes you just need to take a step back just to realize how funny life and marriage can be on a daily basis. Let's face it, living with someone till death do us part is an intimidating prospect, but with a little bit of humor, the journey can be much more fun than you ever thought possible. This is Couplehood by Paul Reiser. With someone you love, food becomes politics. So we're at the restaurant, and I'm about to order a big fried piece of something crusty, and my loved one very discreetly gives me the little, "Honey, do you really want to eat that?" Look, so I figure she's right, so I pass. Later, during the same meal, she orders the chocolate sticky pie of death, and I, in the most loving tone that I can muster, step into the ring with, "Honey, will you be upset later if you eat that now?" She looks at me kind of weird for a little while, asks the waiter to politely, "Go away," and then throws a really big spoon in my throat. "Hey, what was that for?" "You know what that was for." Well, if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, you said the exact same thing just a little bit ago." "Yeah, but that's different." "Why?" "Because I mind." "And you don't think I do?" "You don't." "Yeah, you're right, I don't. But that's because you said it out of love, out of affection. Wouldn't you naturally assume that when I say it, I'm saying it out of love and affection?" "It's different." You see, the eating rules are different for each of you, and you don't know what they are until you've broken them. Now, sometimes you need to make up rules on the fly. So, the food comes, and I'm really hungry by now. So I grab the pepper shaker, and I start peppering my food, and then I just immediately start shoveling it in. And then I notice I'm getting the look. I've done something wrong. I look up. Thankfully, she skips the specific and goes straight to the general. "Honey, let me make it easy for you. If you ever have something, anything at all, please offer me some before you get started." Do you want some pepper?" "No, thank you." "So you don't want any pepper?" "Not this time." just to clarify about this whole pepper thing, you don't want any. Now, I just want you to think of me before starting. You see, you've just found out one of the many rules. Now, as I said earlier, sometimes you have to make up rules on the fly. For example, my bride is being vegetarian and deciding not to eat meat. I try to be supportive. Honey, would you rather I didn't eat this chicken in front of you? No, it's okay. Because I don't want you to feel tempted and then feel guilty about it later. No, I won't. Go ahead. And I don't want you to make me feel guilty about it either. I won't. I promise. Just eat the chicken. Fine. So I'm eating the chicken. And then I notice I'm getting that look again. Yep, I did something wrong. So I look up. She grabs my plate, and with a really sad face says to my food, "I'm so sorry people eat you, Mr. Chicken." Hey, don't do that. Do what? I had to think for a while until I finally came up with, "Don't apologize to my food while I'm eating it." Now, I'm really sorry, but that was the best thing I could come up with. But just in case we ever had to refer to a mutually agreed upon bylaw, I decreed from that point forth, "Thou shalt not apologize to my food while I'm eating it," which is followed by the universally accepted subclause of, "And don't call my food mister." Having survived the dinner, I thought I was out free and clear, but I soon came to find out that there are marital minefields all throughout the restaurant that had nothing to do with eating. For example, I noticed a very striking woman sitting a couple of tables over to the left. Now, because I'm not an idiot, I made a point of not noticing. You wouldn't believe how I didn't notice her. That woman could have burst into flames. I wouldn't have noticed her. But my wife notices I'm not noticing. She is very cute. Who? Miss 110 pounds of blonde over there. Where? Oh, stop it. Apparently, I was whimpering like a dog trying not to go for the biscuit on his nose. I didn't even get credit for not looking. Now, if you're ever out with the one for whom you've forsaken all others, and you do find yourself inadvertently gazing at an other, you can try to recover some dignity by pretending that you're staring for a specific reason. Say, doesn't that woman look like your cousin Cheryl? And if they play along, they'll say, "Who? Her? She looks nothing like my cousin Cheryl." And then you laugh it off and keep eating. I guess I'm a big idiot. Or you could say, "Would you look at that girl over there? She's got a stomach like a guy." Where? Oh, you can't see her now. She just sat down. The key to this one is to bring it up first. That way you have that much less ill will to overcome. Now, I'm not necessarily proud of this behavior. I'm just passing it on to you, the consumer. Now, the both of you can stare at people and enjoy a rousing game of let's see what's wrong with them, which is fun in airports, restaurants, and wherever you may go. You see that lady over there with the earrings? She used to be CIA, the National Security. Oh, yeah? You see that man over there eating by himself? His girlfriend just broke up with him. You're right. She left him for her aerobics instructor. Good call. Yeah? And that woman over there with the 2 kids? Those aren't her children. They're not even related. It's so sad. She loves children, but she can't have any of her own. Because of the radiation leak in the town where her husband used to work. Which killed him, by the way. Yeah, why else isn't he here? Now, what's even more fun is to stare at other couples, because you can be super judgmental and make up lies all at the same time. Oh, they're not happy at all. No way. Look at the way he eats. He doesn't even look at her when she's talking. You're right. He's talking, she's eating, he's talking, and she's eating. It's like he just ignores her. You know, it's probably because they haven't made love in about 5 months. Because he's cheating on her. Of course he's cheating on her. How could I have missed that? And she knows who it is. You're right. And she knows where they've been meeting. And she knows who the woman is. And she can't look him in the eye because she'll know she's right. Of course she's right. That makes me sick. That bastard! Now, even this behavior can sometimes backfire and blow up in your face. Do you see that couple over there? The one with the dark hair? Are they more affectionate than we are? Who? Them? he squeezes her arm, and he really looks at her when she's talking to him. I love that. Well, I look at you when you're talking. I mean, not right now, we're staring at them, but ordinarily. I really think they're more affectionate than we are. No. They're the exact same amount of affection as we are. If anything, less so. So we continue to stare at this other couple, desperately looking for flaws in their relationship. Does my hair look like that? Why? Just tell me my hair doesn't look like that. Oh no. Your hair is beautiful. Hers is all dyed, gross, and yucky. She has stupid hair. I guess you're right. I'm telling you, your hair is so much better. Then why is he so loving?
Antonio Tony Hunt was 13 years old. According to the Topeka Capital Journal, Tony was an exceptional student, was an outstanding basketball player considering he could dunk the ball as an 8th grader, and was known as the Candy Man because he had a love for candy and other sweet things, especially gummy worms. Unfortunately, Tony's life was ended on the night of March 24, 2000. He was killed by a friend who had somehow gotten a hold of a gun. The shot was fired accidentally. Tony was rushed to the hospital, but it was not enough to save his life that night. His mother, Betty, waited in the emergency room. Soon, a doctor came out to tell the mother the sad news. Her son had not made it. The doctor asked Betty, "Would you consider donating your son's organs?" And at first, Betty was livid and totally refused while cursing the doctor. A little while later, the family's pediatrician arrived at the hospital. The Topeka Capital Journal says that the pediatrician had developed a close relationship with the family. He begged Betty to donate her son's organs. After a while, Betty did decide to donate Tony's organs, not only because it is what the pediatrician wanted her to do, but she knew it was the right thing to do. Since the accident, Betty has received many letters from those who received her son's organs. Cindy Russell, the woman who received Tony's pancreas and kidney, still writes to Betty today. For Betty and those who received her son's organs, Betty's decision was life-changing. In the United States alone, there are over 100,000 people waiting for an organ donor and a transplant. Unfortunately, many may never get the call saying that a second chance at life and a suitable donor organ has been found. More than 6,000 people die each year from the lack of organ donation. This makes an average of 19 people per day. We need to decrease this number by becoming organ donors. Today, I would like to discuss the ways that organ donation is governed and to dispel some common myths about organ donation. In many countries, like the United States, there is an opt-in system in which somebody must give their consent to become a donor before their death so that the transplant may be completed after they die. This can easily be done on your driver's license. The second way is an opt-out system in which other countries use. This system is done when somebody is already a part of the donor pool, but if they wish to not be a donor, they must in writing opt out from becoming an organ donor. Now, some people are hesitant to sign their driver's license or become an organ donor because of some common myths that are said about organ donation. I would like to discuss a few of these. The first one comes from DonateLife.com. It says that people are afraid to become organ donors because they think that doctors will take their organs before they're actually dead. However, I can say with full confidence that this is not true. David Crippen, a critical care specialist at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, once said, "In order to be dead enough to bury, but alive enough to donate your organs, you must be irreversibly brain dead. If it's reversible, you're no longer dead. You're a patient." The second myth comes from the article titled, "Organ Donation, Don't Let These Myths Confuse You." It says that people are afraid to become organ donors because they think that the hospital staff will not work as hard, to save their life when they come into the emergency room for a personal emergency. The answer to this myth is found in the exact same article. When you go to the hospital for an emergency, the doctors are going to work to save your life, not somebody else's. Deciding to become an organ donor gives you the chance to save someone else's life. I myself became an organ donor at the age of 14 when I went in to get my instructional permit to drive. I was very excited, but when they asked me if I would like to add the organ donor sticker to my license and officially become a donor, I didn't hesitate to say yes. If I am brain dead but my organs are healthy, I want someone to have them. Knowing that I could someday save somebody's life makes me prideful.